here we are with round one. Got Pacification Array, Thriving Rats, into a Defiant Salvager. Seems perfectly acceptable. We're on the draw. Rather be on the play, and I think this deck's pretty aggressive actually, but yeah, I'm certainly fine with this hand. On the draw, it might even be a little bit better, just because if I don't draw land, it's a bit dicey. But I don't need a lot of land. I mean, our curve does stop at 5. That's why we only went 16. Ooh, Consulate Turret. Whew. There we go. I'm kind of happy to see that. It does mean that Thriving Rats, like if they don't have a card here to stop it, Thriving Rats very quickly becomes Thriving Rhino. And I think that's decent. So, put on a counter. And now I'll Consulate Turret first. Probably with Defiant Salvager most of the time, but we're trying to test this. I want to see how good this card can actually be. Seems like a very minor upside, but minor upside over a long period of time can lead to game-winning situations. Daring Demolition. Alright. Get another energy. And keep growing the rat. No impeccable timing. We're looking pretty good. Rush of Vitality would have protected us anyways, thankfully. Alright, I was thinking the opponent might be stuck on land, but they drew out of it. Ooh, and are they 3 colors? That's the question. They are. Alright. No attacks. It's just Daring Demolition down that, or I could just attack with the Thriving Rats and hold up the Rush of Vitality. Yeah, that seems really good. Opponent has to double block to actually stop it. Oh, wow. And if they do, we blow them out. Yep. And I still get to hold up Pacification Array. This is looking awesome. Lifecraft Cavalry. Good card. Not going to do a whole lot here. And in fact, Thriving Rats is bigger than it would have been next turn. Darn. Alright. New plan. Gonna play this Ambitious Aetherborn and try and beat our opponent down. Counter, or let's go Servo here. We can sacrifice it to the Salvager to give it a little bit of extra oomph this turn. And Ambitious Aetherborn still trades with Lifecraft Cavalry. Daring Demolition, of course, can kill anything that's larger. Winding Constrictor. Or scarier. Like Winding Constrictor. So, how do I want to do this? Just Demolition the Constrictor. I mean, alternatively, I think this is better. Because I can play both Pacification Array and Daring Demolition next turn. Like, use the Pacification Array and use the Daring Demolition if I have the Druid of the Cowl in play. And right now, Consulate Turret is doing its work. It's just going to keep generating energy and eventually start pinging our opponent. Well, that's happening. We're not under any real pressure here. And I can just tap things with the array. Dawn Feather Eagle. It's a good one. Attack the Winding Constrictor. They do. Whew. I'm surprised that they did that. I don't necessarily have to block, though. It's going to be hard for Ambitious Aetherborn to get through. This blocks it, this blocks it, this blocks it. I do have double daring demolition. Take 7, go to 15. I'll take it. I'll just wait one more turn. Okay, demolition the eagle. Seems like the more important card right now. I'll just pass. Array's still up and running, so no big problems. Ew. Alright, that's a big problem. Ugh. Did not expect the resourceful return. Gotta straight up admit that. Now I'll probably trade with Winding Constrictor or something. Or just both. That sucked. Won't lie, not particularly happy about that. Kind of wish I'd sacrificed the Druid of the Cowl to the Defiant Salvager. Alright. High Spire Artisan. Oh, did I might have forgotten to use the Consulate turret. High Spire Artisan does stop Dawnfeather. Pacification Ray still holds this down, so we'll just pass for now. That's too bad, because I definitely need to keep generating energy with this. If we want it to matter, I need to actually be using it. Scrap Heap Scrounger and more gas. Uh-oh. Ew. Aetherborn Marauder. I actually think that's the card that I need to kill. Oh, never mind. This is fine. Foundry Hornet's good enough to block that for a while. Has the added bonus of killing off the servo too. Just keep tapping Lifecraft Cavalry and slowly gaining advantage with this Consulate turret. So this is an interesting spot, because, like, is it better right now that we have the Consulate turret than another random card? Like Fatal Push? Fatal Push, no. I think Fatal Push would be better. Maybe. Like, it's actually hard to say. This is giving us some value eventually. Getting this much energy is gonna make it a threat against our opponent soon. Very soon. We have 7 energy. We do need, oh god, a lot of energy to kill them though. Like 3 each shot. That is the problem, right? Currently we just have 4 damage. Inventor's Goggles. Put it on the Marauder. It's the Eagle. Alright, I'll tap that. Don't know if I need to double block the Lifecraft Cavalry. I think Aether Herder and Druid of the Cowl can probably jump in front of that. So go here and here. Lose the Herder, but everything else is fine. Hope that 1 energy we didn't get doesn't come back to bite us too hard. Also, think I'm gonna have to start actually using the damage soon. Let's just daring demolition this. Too scary. Kinda don't want to deal with it. Equip it to that. Almost didn't do it in the beginning of combat step. Whoops. That would have been a mistake. Let's just double block the Dawn Feather Eagle, trade Foundry Hornet. Scrap Heap Scrounger I can deal with later. They're back to slowly being at the mercy of our turrets. Gun them down, boys. Ooh, Thriving Rhino. Ooh, we have a tough decision now, actually. Because do we want to use the energy for the Rhino, or do we want to use it for the turret? Gonna guess we want to go with the Rhino. Have any lands in that deck? A few. Opponent a little bit upset at how lucky we're drawing. And we are drawing pretty good. Won't lie. I mean, we're at 7, they're at 7. They probably have cards in hand. Like, they obviously have lands in hand. Make that a 4/4. It kind of doesn't matter where they move it, because I'll just tap that one, double block the other. Or single block if it was just Scrounger. Snare Thopter. Put the goggles on it. Alright. We're at 12. So that's 6 damage to our opponent. Oh, boy. Tap the Snare Thopter now. I can attack him with Thriving Rhino, and the advantage of that is that later on I can have the Rhino block Alley Strangler or Scrap Heap Scrounger without losing anything. The disadvantage is that then I can't tap anything on my turn, which means that I'm blocking High Spire Artisan on like Scrap Heap Scrounger and taking 6 possibly. That's really scary at 9 life. I think I like just waiting and tapping. Ugh. I don't know. I don't know. This is a tough one. Alright, I'm gonna grow the Rhino. I think that that's our best hope, even if we do take a bit of damage here. Not super excited about it, but we'll manage. I hope. I really hope. That goes on Scrounger. Okay. If they attack with everything, I probably double block the Strangler. If they attack like this, then I'm just going to throw the Druid in front of it. Opponent's at 8. Oh, it's so close. Double turret could get there. The big problem is they have enough pressure to probably bust through. The double turret play. Now we're just racing against the clock. So, generate energy, shoot. Put them to 6. Trade. Block or tap, depending on whether or not it has Inventor's Goggles on it. Take 4. And it's not going to be enough. I need something. And of course, Scrap Heap Scrounger coming back is super unhelpful. But I can't realistically attack the Thriving Rhino here anymore either. So I'm just going to pass. Really wish I had a second rush of Vitality right now. Another Daring Demolition. We've gotten all of our best cards. I mean, we cannot complain about this draw. This draw's been fantastic. Okay. Array tapping the Scrounger, but then I can't. Then I can't block the Rhino. Hey, can't block the Alley Strangler anyways. I think that's still okay. Tap that. I don't block. They attack with everything. Or I do block the 1/2. Alley Strangler hits us for 3. We're not quite killing our opponent. It's getting close. Really close. And with the actually Pacification Ray tapping something, might get there with the Thriving Rhino. If this is all that they have, then we win. Especially now. Well, yeah. Let's go for it. Whew. Oh, God. All right. Guess the Pacification Array would have worked, too. That was a very, very tight game. The Consulate turrets actually did good. Oh, no, the second turret. GG. Oh, my God. This phone is great. Yeah. The second turret's so good. That turret's... All right. Maybe we've cracked the format. Maybe this is just what you're supposed to do. We're beating another deck that's very similar to ours with Consulate turrets. Gunning them down. All I want to do is be firing my lasers. Could Natural Obsolescence... That'll get rid of the Scrapper champion, actually, or whatever that... Scrap Heap champion? Why do I never remember the name of that card? There's too many Scrappers and Scroungers in this format, I think, is the problem. There's a lot of them. Like, you've got Scrounging Bandar and Scrapper Champion and Scrap Heap Scrounger. I think that's what it is, Scrap Heap Scrounger. And then there's like Scrap Heap Trawler, like the 3-drop that rebuys artifacts when other artifacts die. Like, there's so many things that are named Scrap something. These artifact sets. What do you do? I kind of like the Natural Obsolescence. Again, can't cut a whole lot of creature cards, so I could cut something non-creature. Not allowed to cut these. Animation Module, Pacification Array, Implement all seem good enough. Maybe implement a Malice. Could take that out. Iron Tread Crusher, is also a possibility, but they've got some big creatures. It might be good to have a 6/6. Just run it against the Lifecraft Cavalry sometimes and keep us alive. Sorry, just saying my opponent chatting it up here with me for a moment. Thought you might tap the Menace guy because I die to the +3/+3 if you had it. But, like I said, can't really play. I couldn't play around them having things. I had to hope they didn't have anything. It was a close enough game that I'm forced to just hope they'd have nothing and go for everything. Be greedy. Once you start getting backed into a corner, the greediest lines of play are often the best. If you're already like at a heavy disadvantage, you've got to take some risky lines and just hope you get there. Winding Constrictor. That's a good one. Get our Implement of Ferocity. Could crack it. Feel like I probably shouldn't. Oh. Ugh. Yikes. I would really like our Winding Constrictor, although might be late now. Ooh. Definitely a little late to the party. I suppose that I can crack the Implement of Ferocity. And if they attack with the Winding Constrictor again, then I can Cruel Finality and eat the Winding Constrictor. Seems good. So let's have to leave it back. They've got to know we have something, though. I'm F4ing so that we can go fast and it makes it look like we don't have anything. Alright. Please work. Cruel Finality, Cruel Finality. That's probably the game here. Scrounging Bandar. I mean, I can get a token off of the animation module. Kind of like that. Gives us a chump blocker for the snake. And a decent 2/2. So I like that plan for this turn. Plus, it's a pretty sweet card to have with animation module. I get to move over a few counters and keep making 1/1s. Goggles. They'll put that on the Strangler so it can keep getting in. Yep. Huh. I'm not sure why that's attacking. I'm going to block it anyways here because I just need to get value. Can't think of anything that really punishes it, like Subtle Strike or something. Oh, Resourceful Return. Okay. That makes sense from their perspective then. Nice little thing that they put into Magic Online now, just as a note, is you can now always 0 to opponent's creatures on some cards like this, which makes it just a lot easier to go through your turn. Things come a little bit faster when you don't have to worry about that. Okay. Can still double block Winding Constrictor. Can now double block that Alley Strangler as well. Not excited about either of those opportunities, but it's something I can do. If they put the Seed Sculptor token onto Winding Constrictor, then I guess I can't do anything about it, can I? Because it becomes too big. Yep. Big old 6/7. Alley Strangler I can double block. So take the 6. Go real low. And hope they don't have anything, which unfortunately is wrong. Wow, that's a start. All right. We need our Winding Constrictor. Where's the snack? Come on, snack. Need it. I need to get the snake and the consulate turret. I just want a hand that has implement into snake into turret. Bam. Easy peasy. I don't ask for much. I like the changes that we already have. I think natural obsolescence is decent enough. It's also good against something like Inventor's Goggles, and being at instant speed against something like Inventor's Goggles is kind of sweet. I think that they have the advantage with it, and then you just pop it onto the bottom, kill their creature, eat it for free. Get a nice 2-for-1. Very hard to beat a Winding Constrictor and any really reasonably good like +1/+1 counter maker. Especially on the draw. This is a good start. I need creatures, but good besides that. It's too bad we don't have a fabrication module too. I mean, I'm getting a little bit greedy here, but oh, I can just imagine. Here, I'm just going to play the Crusher and try and smash them as hard as possible. Crusher into Herder, into Turret. Natural Obsolescence. Okay. I didn't think we showed them enough to worry about that. I guess Animation Module? Fair. Consulate Turrets, yeah. I don't know that I would side in Natural Obsolescence against Consulate Turrets. Our opponent's giving them a lot of credit. Which might be correct. I mean, they were good the one game. They were pretty decent. Hard to say that they were better than another green or black card, but if I pick them up at the bottom of the pack, they were reasonable. Yeah. I don't really feel like throwing that away just yet. As a just-in-case kind of thing. It's kind of gross. I feel like that was probably a bluff, but I can't take the risk. Seems like a bad idea. Let's get... Oh, we had showed Pacification Array too. Yeah, I forgot about that. No, Natural Obsolescence makes sense to come in. I was just thinking that we have few artifacts because we're green-black, and green-black doesn't traditionally play a lot of them in this format, but our deck has more than the usual, like, green-black counter deck matters. So, no, it makes perfect sense that our opponent did that. The Marauder is a hard card for us to beat right now. High Spire Artisan would be good. Wild Wanderer. Thriving Rhino. Just gonna keep attacking with the Herder. Like, pretty obvious Rush of Vitality, I think. Let's play the Rhino again. I want to be able to animation module counters onto that. Well, specifically, I want to be able to use the animation module to get a 1/1 off of it, and then start using it to add additional counters and maybe get some energy too. Snake would be very good right about now. Ooh. Wow. Do we get him? Cruel Finality. I mean, it's not that bad for us. Could have really gotten him. It's close. That was almost awful for our opponent. Of course, the problem now is this. Actually, this can attack. If they make the mistake of blocking, we can use the animation module to put an additional counter onto it. Yeah, makes perfect sense. In fact, we'll get in with the herder too. I don't mind trading herder for like Wild Wanderer at this point. Yeah, I'll use it. Again, racing the Aetherborn is really the issue. I mean, we're crushing on the ground. It's just the one card that's the problem. Any removal spell or like a High Spire Artisan and we're in great shape. Just have to make it there. All right. Yeah, just the Rhino. Nope. Nope. I almost put an extra counter on our land, which seems not amazing, to put it mildly. Come on, Daring Demolition. Something like that could win us the game. Oh, they're leaving Aetherborn Marauder back. Huh. I can throw away some servos. I got a lot of servos. Why are they leaving Aetherborn Marauder back? Natural obsolescence. Alright. Still a 5/6. What else do they have? Scrap Heap Scrounger again. That doesn't block, though. Oh, we have it. Alright. This is good. This can't block, so we're kind of in the perfect situation. Just keep attacking with the Rhino. Keep powering it up with the Consulate turret. And crush them. It's looking good. Tap the Marauder. Scrounger comes in again. Yeah. I don't mind them doing this. They don't have any more creatures to draw it back with anyways. And I don't think those 1/1s are going to get in. Long Tusk Cub does things. Takes a little bit of time, but it'll get there. Alright, now that they stuck chump blocking with that too, Nightmaker card can start attacking. Maybe could have attacked the Druid there. Yes! Oh! Consulate turret for the win! Woo! Sick. Alright. It actually did work for us. I mean, we never even got the Winding Constrictor, and it was good with Thriving Rhino, let it power through. Would have been really good with Long Tusk Cub in a couple turns. The other game, it dealt a few points of damage to our opponent. Again, I don't know that it's amazing. We'll keep testing it, but that was a start. Card might not be totally unplayable. See you in a moment for round 2. So we start off with a hand that is just absolutely ridiculous. I'm just going to pause for just a moment. We can look at this. Long Tusk Cub, Winding Constrictor. Absolute dream. It's so good.